Hello everybody and welcome back to Forever and Ever the Killie Fans podcast. It's season number 4 and this is episode number 14. I'm your host Paul Montgomery and I'm joined here in Light and Light Studios by my friend, colleague, co-host Callum Michael Scott. How's it going, Killie Cal?
A lot more relaxed. It's good to be back on this side of the... Well, I was on the other side of the table for the Patreon, but back on this side of the podcasting fence, if you will.
Absolutely, mate.
Back to just kind of giving analysis and punditry as opposed to, you know, having to actually link the show together. So it's good to have you back.
It's great to be back. I thought my deputies last week did us proud. Sandy and Baz, and then obviously we had Peter Canero as well in, who did very, very well on the Patreon, if anybody fancies a wee listen to Handsome Pete.
He was top class, such a nice guy as well. Gave us a good bit of his time and was happy to talk about all things Killie, and of course a interesting career. I forgot about all the stuff with him, like signing with New York before the word Red Bulls, with like Djorkaeff and all that. Well, it's just insane, man.
Aye, so for Djorkaeff to Callum Scott, what an upgrade.
Exactly.
Just shows you folks, it can all go right. You've been in Dublin, I've been in Portugal and Arran.
Of
We've
course,
been all over the place, haven't we?
Been everywhere. So
international.
So no, back for a weekend in Dublin was very good. Bumped into a couple of Premiership players whilst I was over.
So you did the Brothers Forest?
Aye, the Brothers Forest and Declan McDade that used to play with Ayr United.
He wasn't right bad actually.
I was right at him, brand new. So we were had a wee pint with him, man.
Did you?
Aye, genuinely, I was good.
Good. Well, I never met any ex or current. No, I did. I met Dean Saunders.
Oh, did you?
In the airport.
Oh, did you not meet somebody else in the airport?
I met somebody else in the airport. No, a well-known political figure whose name we shan't mention, but he was in Faro Airport last week getting a coffee. So quite surprised he was on his own.
But you actually met Dean Saunders?
But I met Dean Saunders.
Did you?
Aye. Lovely guy, tiny.
Whereabouts?
Just in the airport.
Did you speak to him?
Aye, of course. I must embarrass my family. So
did you?
I just said, Mr. Saunders. I goes, big fan of you as a player. I remember you well, and I like you on TalkSport and all. He went, oh, thank you very much.
Good. Was he just himself?
He was just himself, aye. He was going to the Algarve to play golf.
It's a big golfing destination.
If I played golf, I would play it in the Algarve.
Well,
but I just drink Sagres instead.
That sounds a lot better. And did you make it to the Irish bar over there that you enjoy?
Yes.
For a Guinness, which a lot of folk would be pretty concerned about, thinking that when you think of the sun splitting the trees, a Guinness isn't exactly where you would venture to, but I can vouch for it. It was good.
Very good. And sherry's and the 3 Harps. I would say sherry's is better, but just after 4 or 5 days of just drinking the beer, I need a Guinness because I'm a Guinness drinker. It's Guinness season. And many a Guinness will be getting sunk on Saturday.
And pyramid season as well.
And the midi, mate. It's midi season, everybody. So that's what we're going to be talking about. We've no game to review, obviously, but we've got some questions on the X. We'll be doing that, as you've come to expect. We've got Alan's Gripe of the Week, which returns, which has got a wee question in it as well. We've got All Roads Lead to Killie, a wee giveaway of sorts that Carl will explain in a bit. And we're also talking about Hearts this week. This was one of the games that we all circled in the calendar, as you do when it rolls around. Very exciting, big build up happening for obvious reasons, so we'll get stuck into that too, mate. Anything else you want to talk about?
I just think it would be funny, given all we've done is speak about Derek McInnes and Hearts for the last 12-13 episodes, if we just never mentioned them.
Just ignore them,
because that's what you want. Like, it would hurt him more not to talk.
It would hurt him more just to be silent, I think. I don't agree with that, so anyway.
We're going to get into it. Do you want to just...
Got to go on my soapbox about that one.
Do you want to just start, or do you want to ease into it?
I want to give a shout out to my wife first, before we begin.
Why would you know what to do that?
Because she said, mention me the night, because she's been working really hard.
She has been?
She's a hard working person, and I do love her very much.
I love her very much, I know, man.
There we go.
Such a lovely family, man.
Thanks, mate.
Aye. Credit to you.
Oh, away. Right, anyway, nitty gritty time, mate. Let's get down to it. It's Hearts on Saturday night. Under the floodlights, it'll just be getting dark and all.
Aye, brilliant.
6 p.m, 5:45. Again, genuinely is the game that Masty's probably looked out for because of the stuff with McInnes. We've found a bit of form now, mate. We were really good. Obviously, I never got the chance to reflect on the game because I was away, but I watched it. Thought we were very, very good value for the win in quite trying circumstances. So let's talk about the team first of all, then we'll talk about the stuff surrounding the game. Obviously, bad news run about Gennaro Daniels, who injured himself playing for Suriname in the World Cup qualifiers. He's out for the season, it sounds, alongside Watkins, so we're a bit light up top, but there's a question about that we'll answer. Just in general then, mate, in terms of like the team and stuff, are you quite happy just to go with the same team again? Winning team don't change it? Or are you got a different kind of take on it?
Again, it's such a strange one because anytime a been asked, like even been on other podcasts, because you still don't fully know how Kettlewell will operate, you know what I mean? So I have a feeling, well, I don't think it will be the same team, because I've been hearing that Max Stryjek as well is a big injury doubt, and potentially long term, which isn't what we're wanting. You said on Graham Spears' podcast that he was like ultimately one of the best signings because it gave you something to build for at the back. I know we gave him a bit of stick for his penalty shootout exploits against St Mirren, but he literally redeemed it the week after, and he just gave us that presence at the back that we've so desperately needed, and that bit of consistency. So we'll be absolutely gutting if that is the case, but I'm hoping it's no, but I'm led to believe that it is. So I think there will be a change in goals at least.
So it'll be Eddie Beach that comes in. Again, that's unconfirmed, but we've both heard that the day that Max is going to be out for a wee while, so that would be a bit of a nightmare. Other than that, would you go with the same back three that's been playing? Do you bring Brandon back in? I don't know how far away Brandon and that is. I know that Tiffany's been playing a good bit more and stuff, so hopefully he'll...
I think Tiffany was on the bench at St as well, wasn't he? So, and I think that was actually wise not to even bring him on there, because it was kind of job done. And don't get me wrong, folks sometimes think that's the perfect time to bring somebody on when there's not as much pressure, but I thought he's obviously still short, and getting him on the bench was maybe more a kind of psychological thing more than anything. But I have a feeling he'll play a part this weekend. I think that he'll definitely play some minutes if he's in the squad, that is. But why would they not be? It's a strange one, because I always think that the guy Williams has came with a really, really good pedigree. And I know, like, again, Crew Alex are hardly the biggest club in the world, but he's played a lot of Fitbid in there. It seems like a good age. It seemed like his ceiling would be a bit higher than Killie at this stage in his career. So the fact that we've got him excites me, and hoping that he can, he can potentially play a part at the weekend. But the likes of Stanger has been really good. I like to look at him at the beginning, and then I was starting to think, you're maybe seeing him being exploited a wee bit, but I think the last couple of weeks he's been excellent as well. So again, the fact of the matter is that I don't care what the team will be on Saturday.
It's interesting, man, because we're on a nice wee run of form, obviously, and we've had 2 wins in a row against some of the better teams, you would say, in a kind of top 6 mix, Dundee United and St Mirren, but I still don't feel we've got our strongest team out there. I find it hard to believe that if Brad Lyons is fully fit, he doesn't play now. I think he's the club captain, and particularly a game like that, I think his physicality will be key, man. So I would expect, I don't exactly know how they'll fit it, but I would expect Lyons to start. Obviously Watson definitely plays. He scored again for Scotland midweek. His stars rising ever higher, and he'll definitely play. And then I don't know, man, Thompson for me should play in the left side. I feel bad for Brown, because I don't think he's necessarily put a fit Rang. Just think you've got 2 better options in both Brandon and Brandon. Wouldn't expect Brandon to feature, but so I don't know. I do think, and obviously the international break will mean they've been on the training ground longer, so I think there will be changes too.
So I think that is the case, and I'm really excited at the prospect of Ben Brandon coming back in, because he was our big hope early doors in the season and really contributing, particularly even for the left hand side. But as you said, just like Thompson's nailed in to start there now, week in, week out. And it was interesting that a few of the punters were saying in the forums that he was definitely like an open training session, just looked like head and shoulders kind
Thompson?
Of
is that right?
Aye, saying that he looked excellent. So again, he's one that you're hoping to potentially extend his deal as well.
That would be a shout, man. You forget, Kenny has played in the Premier League in England, so he's doing really, really well. So it'll be interesting to see what we do. We're obviously a bit light up top now, man. Watkins is out for a while. Daniel's season appears to be over. There is a question about it, so we'll get into it later on too, but you've got to sign somebody. I think you go and get a free in, and you can't go with 2 strikers.
And you would like to think that there's somebody out there, you know what I mean, that's potentially their side of 30 that's scored goals somewhere that's floating about, that you just need to get them in a short-term deal and take it for there. So what is it, we've only got Watkins and Anderson and Dackers. So it's extremely light, particularly when we tend to play with 2 up there. So
it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. Right, so obviously going to be a big game Saturday, mate. Hearts have pretty much sold out that stand. We're hoping for a big Killie crowd. It's obviously a Saturday evening, no too late though, so wouldn't be any hassle with younger Waynes getting in and stuff. Folk will be making a day at, you would think, and be in the boozer nice and early if that's your thing. Soft drinks are available, of course. And the atmosphere should be charged because of the circumstances round about it. What's your own feelings on the return Dell, the prodigal Dell.
Well, firstly with the build up around the game is like, if you were to pick one, handpick one of the fixtures to be like the 5 o'clock kick off on the Saturday, it's Hearts at home every day of the week now. So I think the credit to the obviously Premier Sports and that, I think that's huge, and it definitely the kind of game that gets the juices flowing, and a game that's appealing to folk that aren't just Kilmarnock supporters as
Very
well, Kilmarnock Hearts supporters that is. So I think it's excellent. Really looking forward to it. I would have liked us to be talking about the game more. When I mean us, I don't mean you and I mean, we should have been in here earlier if it weren't for holidays and that to do our usual rallying call, because I got a few messages saying what's happened to the podcast, what's happened to the pod. I go, just be patient, man.
Patience is a virtue.
And we're dropping it at a really deliberate time and all the rest of it. But I think that I mean, the club could have maybe been doing a bit more to really talk it up as the huge game that it is. But maybe that's part of the strategy. They're just treating it as another game, and that's absolutely fair enough. But I just think that this is, especially with Hearts coming down with that crowd.
Aye.
Again, our crowd fluctuates, and it's not really ever got to jump massively above that 5,000. But I think that we've got a good thing going now with the league table. Me, Sandy and Baz spoke about how tight it is though anyway, and one result here or there can you drop 3 or 4 places. But that's been that's just been the case in the Premiership now for the last 3-4 seasons. I think, to be honest, that's how tight it is, and nothing between the teams. But I would really like is to kind of really go on the edge that's evidently shadowing this game, and to talk up how big a club Kilmarnock are, and remember how good our record against Hearts is. And like us, we should never be getting into a game against anybody out with Old Firm. We should never feel the Old Firm either, but nobody's got any given right to come down here and beat us, and I hope that's certainly not going to be the case on Saturday, because Hearts fans are getting it big licks, and rightly so. They're enjoying it. They're top of the league now. They're flying, and they're bringing a huge crowd down. But I actually think it was even the likes of Higgy said, it was a brilliant crowd, but you're like, that's equivalent to us taking 1,000 to Tynecastle, by the way. When you actually compare it to their home support, you're like, well, we've done that in more than a few occasions, to be honest. It's the first time they've brought down a support as good as that for the Burley era.
It feels a wee bit like that era, actually.
So and it does somewhat, no credit where it's due, but it's long overdue as far as I'm concerned, and I'm just hoping that we send them back up the road with 0 points, and particularly Mr. McInnes. So on the McInnes thing then, specifically, there seems to be 2 trains of thoughts amongst the Killie support. Some people thinking that ignoring him, I'm treating it like a wasp here, right? You know, some folk, when a wasp comes near you when you're sitting in a beer garden, and some folk stay completely still and ignore it. I'm Mary, a kind of flappy type. Whack it away, man. Let the wasp fear you, and that's how I'm treating McInnes on Saturday. I don't agree that it's a turn the other cheek and just let him stew. I don't think that's the answer to that situation. Everybody's own individual feelings will come into that too. There'll be some folk no arsed, and that's absolutely fair to some folk who are over it already. I'm over it, like genuinely. I don't think about it anymore. But I honestly do think he needs to get pelters. I just think he needs to get pelters in the stadium when he walks out, because obviously you've seen that interview now, and he's talking about he can kind of sleep at night, and he done everything right and all that. He's brilliant, isn't he?
He's great at it,
so
man.
Good, man.
He's the king of that. But I honestly do believe that if we do this kind of just ignore him, or give him a wee pantomime boo, he will think, see, told you I'm the good guy. It's fine. Like, he'll be vindicated in his decision and the way he's communicated ever since, and then his decisions that he made at the back end of last season, which, and to my mind, made the club look very foolish, and the support and all, considering how well he was backed, both financially by the club and in terms of the support away for him, which was like the worst at one point, the worst in the world, the away form. So I was really unhappy with the way he left the club. I think he did a good job, and as I said to you in the corner, mate, if I met Derek McInnes on an aeroplane or I was sitting next to him, I wouldn't have a problem with like chatting away to him about Killie or shaking his horn and saying because it's football. However, in the theatre of football, the entertainment business, he is the villain on Saturday, right? He is the villain. And similar to the wrestling, if you go to WrestleMania and the villain comes out, you've got to give him pelters, you've got to give him stick. So I think what we need to do is create a hostile atmosphere that is both supportive of our team and lets Derek McInnes know he's not welcome back here anymore. That bridge is now burnt, and he burnt it. It wasn't us that burnt it. It could have been handled so much better. I've got no quarrel with Hearts whatsoever. we were happy for him to go. But all that masquerading on Sky Sports and I never said, it wasn't me, I never said it, I never spoke to, I wanted to make sure Killie was safe. Come on, mate, right, come on. We all know that's not the case. You and I both heard at December that he was very close to taking another job at a foreign country. He was doing the last 2 and it went to another manager. So McInnes was working his ticket. Again, I don't have a problem with that. Really, deep down, as in, like I say, personally, if I met him, I'd be like, whatever, man. Shake his on, cheers for Tromso. But when I'm in there with my Killie scarf on, mate, he's getting it on Saturday night, and I would encourage everybody else to do the same.
100% agree. And the fact of the matter is, you're getting an element of the support saying we need, like, as if we're not got to get behind Killie.
Of course,
like, I mean that's why we're there, and we're hoping to take a huge support to it, and that's why folk buy season tickets. And folk are behind Kettlewell now, so it's irrelevant. But mate, it's coming back to the wee kind of tantrums that I've taken a few times off air and more so in the Patreon. But I just think that there's something in our support, man, and I'm no what a hammer is, but I just think that such a level of passiveness that doesn't exist at other football clubs. And again, you don't want to go on like the petulant child and, you know, throwing the toys at the pram and all the rest of it. But as you said, man, it's not real life, it's football. Like you're there to kind of like it's as you said, met Derek McInnes like in public, and it's not a case of he shot at me. Like, it's a case of like, well, he's a human being at the end of the day. But when you're in the football park, look at the way all the top players perform, Scott Brown and all that shit. Like, kind of like it's
you're enemies, mate.
Exactly,
for that 90 minutes,
like,
these are enemies.
So I think that's something that we should be using to galvanise the fan base.
I agree.
And to really get us going, because I think that is when we are at our best. And actually, ironically, Derek McInnes gave us credit for that when he was Aberdeen manager, and on 2 of those occasions when he come down, he was Aberdeen team against Steve Clark. Don't get me wrong, he went up the road with the right result. But he was talking about how like it was toxic inside the ground, but it's like a good toxicity, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
We're not advocating for personal abuse and everything gotten too far. We just need to make it hostile. We just need to make. I just think McInnes needs to walk out and go up. Right? I don't think he gets to walk out and have a big laugh and wave to it and give him a wee boo. I think he's going to be like, oh man, right, okay. I've lit a bit of kind of blue torch paper down here and let them know, and that'll get the whole game an edge.
It does. It gives the game an edge, and it gets everything lifted. And the fact of the matter is that it obviously existed at one point, because the whole thing was when Tommy Burns went to Celtic, and the clips that you see, he was going to, of course it wasn't Parkhead at that time, it was Hampden, and like, Jesus, man, like, that was bad, you know what I mean? And that's somebody going to like Celtic that you can't dispute, but the way that was handled. And as well, if it weren't for Tommy Burns being as honest at the end up, then he would have went there for nothing, essentially, you know what I mean? Because he eventually told the truth. Killie got the record fee for a manager moving within Scotland at that time, but that showed that there is a bit of fire in the belly, and I just hope it comes through, because as we've said time and time again on here, nobody had an issue with him going to Hearts.
No.
And if you actually polled most of the support, folk would have probably been, you're talking probably 60% were happy for him to just go anyway, to be honest, and with no bad feelings, no ill feeling. Keep us up, head away, see you later, mate. But the way that entire shambles was handled, both by McInnes and Kilmarnock, that's the reason for the reception it's getting now, man. Because I even had Killie fans saying Hearts never handled themselves good. What do Hearts care about Killie, man? I mean, like, who cares? Hearts have got no loyalty to Kilmarnock.
No.
They come in and know what I want at their number one target. But all Derek McInnes had today then was saying, by the way, I'm not going to say anything, I'll give you my word, I'll talk to you at the end of the season, let's leave it for there. And Hearts would have said, right, no bother. But no, McInnes, again, as somebody said, showed his knickers and that to them, and got us going. When the Sky Sports thing with Chris Boyd, who's supposed to obviously have element Ken, obviously admiration or whatever for Kilmarnock, was just non-existent, and it was bitterly disappointing, and that's what's fueled all this. And I just hope that the support turn up with a wee bit of fire in their belly on Saturday night.
Aye, well, there you go. Say it better than I could. That's exactly how I feel. Wee bit of fire in your belly. And also, what would appeal to folk to us? And listen, see, if you don't want to boo him or you don't want to give him any stick, then of course you don't need to. Go and watch the game. Support Killie however you want to support Killie. I'm not telling folk what to do. I'm just putting my perspective across and why I think it's quite important that we do create that atmosphere. And it's also, though, there's so many run-of-the-mill games, mate. There's so many Saturday 3 o'clock Dundee, away to Livingston. Like, this is a big game. Get yourself into it, man. Throw yourself in. Again, it doesn't need to turn into personal abuse to a guy who was an employee of Kilmarnock and did a good job for us. But it's like I say, it's theatre, mate. So I would encourage you, man, get in there and give him it, man. Give him and let him know that the way he behaved and the way out of the club wasn't acceptable to us. So that's the way I see it, and that's certainly how I'll be behaving.
I look forward to seeing that. I'll have to be on my best duties. I'm there with my 2 nieces, so I can't get too carried away.
I used to be a menace at the football, mate. There's videos of me, and it's no good.
Nah, that was brilliant. I want that back.
They were the days. It's coming back for one night only. Cause Taylor's, my son's even been like, I'm coming to sit with you, man. It's going to be brilliant. So, I'll be going hell for leather. But listen, other than that, it's going to be a big game, mate, and it's going to be a good game. I think Hearts are going really, really well. So are we. What's your feeling on the actual 90 minutes? You think we're going to get a result?
Actually, pretty nervous for it, man. I think that the irony being, because of how good that, 2 wins on the trot. When was the last time we actually won 3 games in the bounce? You know what I mean? So even the stats are not adding up there for us to go and deliver. But I'm buzzing for it, man. I mean, like, it's as you said. I mean, so that was one of the things about even McInnes leaving Killie that I had a bit of the theory was how run of the mill we would then become, and not because Derek McInnes was Mourinho, but he's a huge name in Scottish figure, huge name in Scottish football. And I was about, we just going back to being kind of bland and a bit of irrelevance, and some of that is like me, you and Pate spoke about it on here with the atmosphere at the Livy game and the Dundee game, but this is what you're in it for, man. I mean, this is a big game feel to it. You want that atmosphere transferred through the stands onto the park, and this players like Watson and that will completely thrive off it. You know what I mean? And you even seen a wee turn in the Celtic game, man. See, when we got that momentum, we're brilliant, man. I spoke on here that goosebumps, Ken, like when we went right after the man and the fans bought into it, and I'm just like, I just hope we can get that before kick off and right into the game on Saturday, man. Aye. What about you? What do you think we're got to do?
I think we'll win. I still think we'll win. Yes. I still think we'll win. And I don't know. I think about football in these universal terms. I'm like you. We're not going to win 3 in a row, or you play them twice in the cup and once in the league or whatever. You never beat them twice or whatever. But I just think, from a Hearts perspective, I think
it's all set up.
It's all set up. They've been so good. But 2 last-minute winners too. Do you know what I mean? So they've got they've had that wee bit of their season. And I just think if you're a Hearts fan, then again, Hearts are obviously pound for pound better than us, play for play better than us. And so if they turn up and we turn up, and we'll all play our best, Hearts will beat us, right? Which is one of the reasons McInnes went, which I don't have a problem with. Told you I'm over it. But I think if I'm a Hearts fan, I'm like down there being like, they'll beat us, man. That'll be the one that busts the bubble because of the McInnes and the Kettlewell bit and all that. So I think the narrative's just set up for us to win. I like it. To win 2-1. What about the other rat we got to talk about him? Aye, why not? Go for it. Where do you stand on? I'm less bothered. Aye, but do you not think he deserves a bit of stick? He deserves a wee bit of stick, aye. And I'm like, obviously, like parent club and all that, but the fact is, if you really want to be Killie, would be at Killie. You know what I mean? So I'm like, let him go. But just all the lip service he gave us a form, man. And hey, we drunk it all in. Oh, mate, we had them number 1 and we're top centre halves of the century. We drunk it all in, man. Idiots. I know. And that's the worst it is. We done a Patreon special on him, didn't we? Said, gads, and we said, could you imagine signing for Hearts or something in the summer? And then it actually happened. So no, but I'm of course less bothered about. No, well, I'm actually more bothered that Stuart Finley's at Hearts and Derek McInnes in the grand scheme of things. Aye, of course. But in regards to how the moves are carried out, then of course it's less bothering. But I think Finley deserves a wee bit of pelters or not. But again, that's football, man. Like, again, it's not as in personally against him. It's and you can still welcome him back. Aye, but when he comes next season, eventually comes back. He's new. He used to be the podcast's favourite Stu. Aye. And now the podcast favourite Stu sitting in that chair right there with the headphones on. Indeed. The main man. Right, we'll head out to the X and answer the questions. Aye, let's go for it, man. Right, the Killie Adventures, who are on TikTok and stuff like that, and Twitter and everything, give them a wee follow if you want. Evening, gents, really looking forward to the game and hoping that every person gets behind our team and manager on Saturday. Serious question now, jam tart or diet Empire biscuit, what you having? Oh, Empire biscuit, man. An Empire biscuit all day. I quite like a jam tart though. Christy Sykes gets in touch. I think everything is stacked against us winning with the injuries, etc. But I think this is when Killie play the best. 2-1 win coming our way. Hope so, mate. Oh, Chris, mate. Right, Alan Evan, friend at Pod, gets in touch. Are Scott Tiffany and Greg Kiltie playing further forward enough of a Daniels and Watkins replacement till January, or do we risk bringing in someone who isn't fully match fit and risk that they can stay injury free until then? I think that we've actually got to get into the market. I agree.
there must be somebody cutting about, as we've already touched on. I think that we are too light getting like that, because it's not like you're building them in to bring them in to build the entire team running about.
No.
But like, you just need a stopgap. You need somebody that can give you 15-20 minutes off the bench here and there. So now I would 100% be looking into the free market.
But Tiffany coming back is good timing too, because
Great
obviously
timing,
as a forward, so
and
we'll see.
Kiltie looks to be hitting form at the right time as well.
Kiltie's
so
definitely different type of player, Kiltie, isn't he? You can see there's been growth in him. You can almost see that he's played for St Mirren. Do you know what I mean? I mean that in a positive way.
Physicality
and I think Kiltie's looking the part. The Killie View podcast, get in touch. Hi chaps, I'm all for a Kitsbaya celebration from Watson in front of the away dugout as he pings in a 30-yard winner. Get it right round you, Dale. You self-centred prick. My God. So we say what you really think, boys. On the Killie, remember the Kitsbaya?
Aye, no,
takes the shirt off and flings his bits away and all that. So we'll see.
I would love it.
Captain Conker, the gorgeous squirrel, dear friend of the podcast.
Yeah,
we love you, Captain Conker.
Indeed he is, man.
Solidarity with the Conks. How different is your match day routine for a 3 PM kickoff to a 5:45? Do you just have a couple of extra games of pool?
Aye, that's it.
one way of describing it.
That's it. Aye, if I was gone for the big day out, I would actually probably still be going out at the same time.
Aye.
Maybe at best an hour later, but I would probably still be going out at the same time.
Aye, for a couple extra games of pool.
Aye.
And if managers cut a WWE style promo before a game to build up the hype, would the gaffer be the babyface and Dell the heel?
Without
100%.
Without a doubt.
Aye.
You saw these Instagram reels now where like, and they're getting like
political figures.
Aye, to cut promos. It's
the AI stuff.
Aye,
some it's
good part,
intense, isn't it?
Aye.
Oh, aye, he's definitely the heel, mate. He's definitely got the kind of $1 million man about him.
Aye.
Isn't he? Mikey Kenmure, I have no interest in giving Finlay abuse on Saturday night. McInnes, the rat, on the other hand, deserves abuse, and after that interview, which is a load of bollocks, protect brand McInnes at all costs with him. Wee Watson, last minute winner. Every fan needs to go on Saturday. If you can afford to, please go.
Aye, but I completely echo those points, Mikey boy, 100%. If you can and you're on the fence about going, please just do it, man, because it'll be, well, we hope it'll be worth it.
It'll be a good night. It'll be a cracker.
And for the likes of that, and the form Watson's on the now, man, you wouldn't bet against it, would you?
Graham Johnson gets in touch. Somebody asked me about Graham and Aaron.
What, man?
Because he obviously works in Aaron, and she was like, "Oh, do you know Aaron for the you know Aaron? Do you know Aaron for the Graham Foundation?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. No, I didn't put the two."
And you never fit into it.
And I went, "No, I know Graham, but no through that. I know Graham through Fitba."
Aye.
But anyway,
he's a great guy, isn't he?
Oh, one of the best.
And that he's gave us the content for the Patreon this week.
That's right, he has indeed. He asked if you had to pick between Stuart Finlay going off with a season-ending willy injury, or David Watson scoring a last-minute 40-yarder, then square going McInnes.
Oh, it's a no-brainer.
No-brainer.
It's got to be Finlay. I can't know that. David Watson every day of the week.
Aye,
man.
We're looking for that, mate. That's what we're after.
But obviously, I was on that Hearts podcast. They all seem convinced that Watson will be signing for Hearts, man. Which I'd be like, could you imagine? But that would be so McInnes. What about
Greg Stewart?
Greg Stewart, mate, and Bruce Anderson.
Sign the guy and never play him.
Aye.
No, surely no, man.
Oh man,
he'll fit the bill though. He'll fit the analytics. Tony
completely. But see what I would be concerned about as well. Mayo, I think that he would completely fit the analytics side, get him for nothing.
You're just saying that on that pod,
and he would go. Aye.
Oh God.
So if you're wanting for any players to sell, bring them to me.
Bring them to you, man. Cal. He's the player trading model. The real boy that gets in touch. There'll be a lot of anti-McInnes chants on Saturday, and that got me thinking, what's your favourite derogatory piss take chant ever?
It's a good question, that, innit?
Any that spring to mind immediately?
Oh, probably some ones against the old firm were good, man. I just remember how grim it was, and it was actually Alan Brun up just chanting. Remember when George Burley was praising Broadfoot for his Scotland debut,
right,
and saying he done so well for a player with such limited ability.
Oh, thanks, Gaffer.
And Bryn was just getting up chanting limited ability. And I was like, so that was funny. And obviously Broder's a brilliant servant for Killie, and a very good player, somebody I really liked, but I'm just like, what a horrendous
thing to say.
Limited ability.
It wasn't really a piss take, man, but I just remember it. But I just think it was a sign of the times. Was the one shoe?
That was brilliant, wasn't it? Aye.
Just only got one shoe.
You want to tell the listeners more about it for the young team that maybe went
it was just a case of taking off one of your shoes. You seem to be Celtic normally that got it. And
I wonder why.
One shoe, you've only got one shoe. You've only. There's no logic to it, but it was good, and because it was interpretive dance as well as singing, so it was a kind of double cracking. Bidey's is, mine will always be one's called Alan, one's called Mick, one is Magic and the other's a prick. When Michael Johnson was chairman and Alan Johnson was manager.
That's right, and it didn't last very long before folk realised that Alan Johnson wasn't Magic anymore.
Yeah, KJ Mack wrestling, you seen this? A wrestler. He's a wrestler, right? And he wears a Killie strip in the ring. Alright, it's like, look. It's like in a Killie type strip that he wears. And his name's KJ Mack. So it's like a light blue tap with like a Killie badge on it. It's cool, right? And he asks a question. I've been working at Universal in Orlando, and for the Dundee United game we had it projected onto the wall of one of the backlot sound stages for everyone, which had to be a first. Where's the weirdest and coolest place you've ever watched a game?
That's
how cool is that, mate? Flying the flag, KJ Mack wrestling. You need to follow him. We're obviously big wrestling fans here on the pod, so nice one, mate. I appreciate you getting in touch. So weirdest, coolest place you've watched? So
in regards to, I listened to Killie playing Aberdeen in Central Park in America.
Oh, nice.
When I was in America I was in New York for like 3 nights, just after the back of when we beat Rangers, the game Jordan Jones scores.
Oh, aye.
And then we had to go to Pittodrie, and I was like, if we get a draw there, man, we'll win this league kind of thing, man. That's where my head was at this point. And then I was there with 3 Celtic fans who, needless to say, didn't want to go and find the Aberdeen Supporters Club at like 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever. So I just had to try and get it on the radio and listen to it in Central Park, which was quite cool, man.
Yeah, that's quite good.
Just in time to hear Chris Boyd getting sent off, one of his only 2 red cards in his career.
That's a decent one, Central Park. So I had quite a weird one last Saturday in a wee pub called Kegs in Albufeira, which is like neither here nor there. It's got a sign in the window that says "Get your legs to Kegs," and basically the guy who runs it's never really that busy, but he essentially just like will let you put on any game of football. So before we came in, there was like 3 Stoke fans in watching Stoke Blackburn. They'd like an early kick-off. So me and Taylor went in the night before and we were like, listen mate, any chance of like putting the Kilmarnock game on? And he got his wee diary out and he was like, Kilmarnock, okay, St Mirren, yeah, am I? Okay, I've got Stoke in until about 2:30, so if it's a 3 o'clock kick-off, yeah, I can accommodate that. Like a wee angry. And then who came in after us? Was it Tranmere or something? It was like 4 or 5 boys came in. So
what a host, man.
Aye, that's right. Crisps out in the thing
brilliant.
before you. Up on the big screen, £3 pints of Sagres. It was good times.
That does sound good.
It was good times, and my wife and my daughter, they went and had a wee cocktail in the centre. Me and Taylor watched the game and all that. It was class.
Did the stream
was absolutely perfect.
Just excellent.
Stream is perfect. That's what happens when you get a professional stream. David McTaggart gets in touch, and did you see that funny thing he sent about Usyk? So obviously Alexander Usyk preparing to fight Derek Chisora. I'm ready for you, Derek. Hilarious, man. So it's on the Twitter. I'll put it back out there. Really, really funny. Alan Agnew gets in touch and he says, "Let's not boo the twat. Get behind the Killie boss and the team and row us into infinity and beyond." We can have both. And for a man with a lot of gripes, man, he seems to be. What a chance for him to be griping.
Exactly.
Gripe away. Stephen Greer gets in touch and says, "When I was younger, you got a buzz when you got an autograph from your favourite player in your programme." So obviously a bit of that happening at the open training session, which I think was really well received. And Kettlewell in particular, I think. Been class with folk, and now it's a selfie. Do you think autographs are dying out of football?
It's I would say so.
Aye,
which is a real shame because that was it. Remember, you used to actually get like an autograph book as well.
That's right.
So I would agree with that because every day it's just too easy to get it in your phone, and
that's it.
There's always a record of it.
You're like hunting, didn't you? You want the digits in the Facebook.
That's right, man. Hence with me and James Forrest at the weekend.
That's right, mate. I kept that one quiet. I've got 2 autograph books. One for Killie players that I obviously took to an open day in the mid-90s, and another one when I went to Orlando with my mum and dad and got all the autographs of like Mickey Mouse and Goofy and
I don't get that.
I don't know. I look back now going, that's just a guy, mate, with a Mickey Mouse. What did I stand in that queue for?
Mind you, I can't say anything. I actually go, and understandably now that I can put myself in this guy's shoes, I actually get refused an autograph once.
Tommy Sheridan.
I mean, I've got an autograph of Tommy Sheridan somewhere. Actually signed the programme. That was it. But for some reason, at like 6-year-old, when I must have just got an autograph book, and Cece's uncle used to be like the manager of New Mills Vesuvius, and we were away to watch the New Mills Vesuvius game, and asked the sub goalie for his autograph, and he wouldn't sign it, man. Because that must have been like, he must have thought somebody picked me up to it or something.
I know,
it was been genuine, man. I was actually heartbroken, but Ken, you didn't know any different.
Maybe he's listening now, man. Were you the sub goalie for New Mills Vesuvius in 2001? If so, can you get in touch with a wee autograph for Cal here? Darren McIntyre gets in touch. Like every Killie fan, I'd do anything to win on Saturday. Finlay to give away a last minute penalty, Killie to win 1-0. That's the dream scenario.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Be nice, wouldn't it? Gregor gets in touch and says, with Heart fans already saving lots of replies to your tweet yesterday, can you see us having the last laugh? And realistically, should we be giving McInnes as much attention on Saturday, or just focus on us?
Well, we've got to give him pelters. I'm in that book with you, but
he's getting the attention anyway.
Aye.
So it's not like if we all go, just ignore it. There'll still be plenty of folk booing him, so just get on board with the booing.
Aye. Deal.
Don't turn the other cheek, man.
What do you think the barrage will be like if they beat us?
In terms of Hearts fans coming to us,
I don't think that we've been that particularly bad though. Like, you just put that video up and just no context, just put the video.
Comment.
Exactly.
They doth protesteth too much. I've no quarrel with Hearts. Keep saying that, no problem. It's a personal thing.
Aye.
Callum Fisher, I feel like this game is set up for a late winner, but wouldn't be surprised if it went to either side. Will any of you be wearing Peanut's jacket to the game to show your appreciation for the great man?
Not allowed to talk about it, mate. Incriminating. At least
DM you, mate.
I can't talk about it.
Lindsay Wilson, the time has come for Killie Cal to launch the Get Rid of Boyd crowdfunder. Let the people know. Is that in terms of the big picture outside?
The big picture outside there.
Just defend. It's just really out of date.
Well, true.
More than anything else.
Because that was a hair transplant as well.
Aye.
Could be wrong. But even that, if we're starting a crowdfunder, can the first batch go towards getting my tattoo covered up? Nicky Bruno do something for us if we can get that done.
It's a Scott Boyd tattoo. That's what you just need to say.
It's very true.
Right, Alessandro Boscanero, who's not Italian. Well done to Cal for taking over the Hearts pod, a solid hour of Killie material. Marlene Daniels now out long term. Do you think we'll see a change in tactics that will solely reliant on Dackers and Bruce?
Well, firstly, thanks for the kind words, my man. Much appreciated. I have a feeling that's where I think that the personnel changes could easily come, because you need to have a number 9 on the bench. You know what I mean? Somewhere. I just don't think that you can start with the two, but then it'll maybe turn into the old Dykes and Adams syndrome that I used to talk about with Scotland. You know what I mean? Like starting the two of them and it doesn't work, then how do you can only really regress for there. So I don't think that's a bad shout, but I think that playing Kiltie in quite an advanced role would maybe look the part. And then, but again, Kennedy's got to boot to Christmas in it, so you're wanting, because I think he'd be ideal to come in now and play behind their striker. Aye,
we'll need to see. So we got a message here. I'm not going to say the guy's name because he PM'd me on purpose. I thought I'd PM you this to save myself getting attacked on Twitter or the forums. But personally, I hope McInnes and Finlay both get it stinking on Saturday. Like you've said in the past, sometimes we're a bit too nice. Absolutely, get behind the team and our manager, but coming back, but backing them, and this is what feels like a big proper game.
I can promise you that message didn't come from me. That's
the pyramid early doors can't wait. That's who it's for there.
Oh, legend, man.
So I just don't want to incriminate him, but I'll speak to him on Saturday.
He's a good man.
And then Ali Bowie gets in touch, friend at pod. Another one for the pod. A mate of mine was at Leighton Orient v Doncaster on Saturday and sent me this. Leighton Orient Kilmarnock flag spotted. We needed to get the bottom of it. So do you know the story behind the Leighton Orient Kilmarnock?
Aye, it's like George Kelly and Burger and that go down to watch Leighton Orient often. Samo as well is partial to a trip down there. And Samo asked me when I met him after the hospitality when he was steaming in the Park Hotel. Not that it was any bad, Ken. He was just well on.
Good company.
Yeah, just doing that. But he asked me for the pod last week to just say that Samo says that Derek McInnes is a prick, and I promised I would say it and I forgot to. So there we've done it again.
There you go.
So according to Samo, Derek McInnes is a prick. So feeds into the chat tonight anyway. But those are the Kilmarnock Leighton Orient branch.
There you go. Simple as that. Galak gets in touch. Could Saturday be the first time we hear there's only one Stuart Kettlewell? And if so, would you join in? I was a Dell apologist for too long, but I want his nose rubbed in it. I'm going to leave Finlay alone though. I think Kettlewell will get some support. I think that'll galvanise.
Well, you want him on the park, Ken, at the end of the game.
Have the love it, man. And that would be the big link between us and him.
Him and wee Stevie Frail, man.
Okay, that was great when Dackers went over to him, wasn't it? It was absolute class. Things like that are brilliant.
Aye.
Right, Gavin or Hilson, if we get us out on Saturday, do we earn the right to start thinking about top 6, or is it still too early?
Mr. managing expectations over here, still early.
Still early days.
But very good. Like, that's top form, man.
If you come away with 13 points, mate, it's really good.
Aye.
And I think now, and again, it's so tight, mate, because you've got Rangers, but they're 2 points behind us, and they're having a disaster. I do almost think you can slightly see wee patterns, and it's now Livingston, Falkirk, and Dundee.
Yep.
And I'm starting to think they might just get cut adrift and be in a wee mini league of their own. Out of all the teams, I've been least impressed with Falkirk. I thought Falkirk were a wee bit better than what they are.
You think that they are better?
No, I thought they would be better.
Oh, right. No, because it's one of those that, I mean, the media absolutely love Falkirk.
Aye.
Always have, but I'm like...
They're doing fine, by the way.
And obviously drawn with Rangers and all the rest of it, but I'm like, still like the bulk of the team that got promoted for League One. I'm like, you've got to
think that's certain to show,
man.
A wee bit. And the last question comes from SO1875. Here's a question: why are you so bitter about Del Boy when he got you out of the shitey league and into Europe? Bigger teams poach players and managers all the time, and he treated your club with respect. Just a wee bit bitter. He never went to air FFS. And Mikey replied, he didn't treat Killie with respect, though. That's the problem. No issue with him going to Hearts. And then SO replies, what was disrespectful? He said he wasn't speaking to Hearts until Killie gave permission, but he wanted to. I don't think he did much wrong. Then Jack Wilson says what McInnes says and what he actually does are very different things. He spoke to Hearts about the job in the week leading up to Killie game against Dundee, and he requested the club didn't make official contact until Killie was safe. Don't believe everything you said, blah 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 blah. So SO1875 has asked a question there. He's had the question answered and has continued to discuss it. So I actually think SO1875 does know why we're annoyed at Derek McInnes, but we're not annoyed at Hearts. Hearts are a bigger club. How many times did we say that? More money. They're doing very, very well at top of the league. I hope Hearts win the league. Nah. Who do you want to win the league then?
Celtic, obviously.
James Forrest, mate.
It's funny. Ordinarily, I would like Hearts to win the league, but no way Derek McInnes is manager. It would never happen anyway. He's just lucky he's record at Aberdeen, man, when he should have probably been winning leagues, and they never done it. So it's funny to see like that, because it's just ramped right up again, as it would, because that's the fixture this weekend. But I just some of the Hearts fans only getting it. But the Hearts boys that I was in the podcast with were brand new. They go to the
they get it, mate. They just don't get it on Twitter to annoy you. It's no real life.
Very true, mate.
They do get it because it will happen to them. Because
it's no hurting me. Don't worry. I'm not actually upset about SO or whatever getting in touch with that. But
fine, we're all pals. We're all pals here. There's no division. Right, what about these tickets?
Of course. So Big Jim Thompson gave me a few weeks ago there.
JT.
The 4 tickets for the Moffat stand. 2 adults, 2 children. And we've got 6 of them to give away across the course of the season. So we've not decided yet how we're going to give them away, because we would rather that they did go to like kind of family that we're potentially in need, but we get that that's no many folk are up there with their hands raised saying we can do that. So we've still to figure that out, but I mere wanted to address it because Jim gave me them the Dundee United Cup game. But again, we've not even missed a game because it was a cup game and you can't use them for Old Firm. So we've got these to give away. The Killie View boys have also got them. They plugged it in their pod as well. So we'll come up with a strategy now to give them away.
Aye, we'll fire something out in the social media probably the day before the game.
So you basically get this ticket and then you take it to the ticket office. Aye. And then they'll reimburse you with the physical match tickets. But a great initiative, and again, Killie Trust in, Killie Trust Towns, man.
Absolutely, first class. And again, we're hoping this goes to the right people. We've done wee ticket giveaways before and they've been well received, and obviously treat it with complete discretion and all that. So if you're maybe somebody who would love to go, take the way into the game or whatever, and for whatever reason you're maybe not able to do that, you're the type of person that we want to get the ticket to. And if you don't get it this time, we'll make sure you do get it, because we've got the 6 to give away over the course of the season.
Aye.
Alright, so we'll keep in touch with that. Right, will we do Alan's Gripe of the week?
Go for it. Live for Blackpool again.
We've missed it, aye. So here it is. It's Alan's Gripe of the week. Live from Blackpool, these pesky rats with wings or seagulls. I hate them anyway. What about international football? I totally hate it. Okay, we're winning, but the performances are dire. It's like watching paint dry. Does it remind us about the style of football that Sir Steve used to play with us? Top of the group has to get better. I'm not caring about the performances, mate. We're winning.
And I think that I was need to put to bed. I never buy that the football was shite under Clark with Killie anyway.
No,
I just don't buy that at all. We were good. We were brilliant. But a lot of folks said that it's just like watching Killie again, and we actually won there. I loved watching us under Stevie Clark. So,
and I love us winning. It's not great to watch, but
in fairness, my 2 mates that I was usually Ebo's always got a sensible hat on, and Kemp as well, 2 big Celtic fans. But I go to other Scotland games with him, and I thought that, well, particularly Kemp would probably be a bit of a baby and I always wind him up saying, this is what it's like to support a real team, by the way, mate. But him and Ebord both, like, what the fuck, it's like, it's international football, man. You watch like 8 games a season. If you win them, who cares? Like, I get the kind of long term gripe with football, like, well, what will happen if we get to the World Cup? The big if is, we've not been at a World Cup since 1998, and the Alkie's about to get is, well, he's guaranteed as another playoff, at least 2 World Cup playoffs and qualification for 2 European Championships.
Unfortunately, folks, this is success as a Scotland fan, and I know folk want it to be playing better football and front football and all that, and I think that'll come back, but we just need results. We don't need anything else. Anyway, sorry, Alan. Top of the group has to be better. If anyone has a gripe, let the boys know and I'll try to oblige. Also, I hate people who don't read out your question. It's really annoying. That was because I never read out Alan's. It wasn't a question, Alan. It was a statement you made, and I neglected to read it out, and I apologise to you personally.
Aye.
But I'll apologise to you, and I don't know.
There was me thinking there was water under the bridge.
I know, he's hanging on to that one. He's holding a grudge. Hope everyone is well. Also, the Killie women are winning. Get your arses along to support them. And lastly, let's beat the Jam Tarts on Saturday. Absolutely, Killie women are flying high at the top of the league, mate.
Indeed. So we'll make continue and get ourselves promoted into the big time.
That would be class, wouldn't it? Actually, a wee bit more kind of, and especially with us moving to the training ground and them having their own space potentially and all that would be class. So we do keep an eye on the women's game. I know we don't talk about it enough, but that's no through anything malicious or ignorant. It's just because there's so much to get through and we try to keep it to under an hour.
Aye.
But we'll need to shine a light on that. So Al, thank you so much, mate. Live for Blackpool, and enjoy the game on Saturday. And the day that we get together in the hub across the road and all that Alan's involved in, and
which is brilliant.
Hope and all that for the other podcasts. So if anybody goes to the game on their own and they want to meet some Killie fans or have a cup of tea, a biscuit and all that, head out to what used to be the gym, and there'll be plenty of friendly faces.
It's a brilliant initiative in it though, to do that, because again to plug the East View Suite in the Park Hotel as well for trust members that would maybe want to go for a pint, and I'm sure they've got Ian McCulloch going on Saturday, so that again, that's huge. But again, just showing the difference, there's something there for everybody. So if you want a pint, you can go to the hotel and get that as a trust member. But again, if you're maybe somebody that goes to the game, you don't fancy it, you just want a tea or a coffee and chat shit with other Killie fans, then get yourself to the Killie Community Hub.
Tremendous, mate.
We're about to give the food banks a plug anyway. Aye. But they'll be doing an earth collection Saturday as well. Aye,
excellent, man. So I got a nice message for Sean Fairbairn, who's obviously a big Celtic fan, but he's
nice message, Sean Fairbairn. I do not believe it, man.
I don't know what's happening to him.
I do not believe it.
He's obviously away and living in foreign lands these days, but he just says he just loves listening to the podcast.
That's really kind.
Likes it. He just thinks it's you and me he likes. So
I love Sean. Me and him get the same birthday.
Oh, have you?
He's got the darkest sense of humour.
It can be quite bleak, but so cheers for that, Sean, mate.
Beyond the mat, that's all I'll say, man.
Right, all roads lead to Killie. So if we get this right, we're putting in £1 and it's going to be matched by our friend Sandy Matchworn. So we've got 3 players here. We're going to do their career path, and Cal's got to guess which player it is. Simple as that. Are you ready?
Simple until the cameras are on you. In the summer house, man, I could do this with my eyes shut.
Summer house is getting all painted now.
Is it?
Aye,
so we would have had to have moved anyway.
Aye, exactly. We would have been turfed out. But everybody say yeah. No, you did that, man. That was so funny. Are you ready? Everybody say you went yeah. That's worth getting the Patreon just for that. Right, you ready, man? Right, here we go. All roads lead to Killie. We're starting with FC Porto. Then we're going to Turizense, Lokomotiv Mesdra, CSKA Sofia, Castellon on loan, Kilmarnock, Olahenense, Kilmarnock, Jaro, Bangkok, US, Mondorf, Battenborg.
David Silva.
David
Mendes de Silva.
There you go, mate.
Aye. Cape Verde.
Come back to us and they qualified for the World Cup.
Aye.
He's just missed.
He laid the foundations.
Evidently.
That's a success as a Cape Verde fan, man.
20 Olhanense, that is Portuguese team. And then he came back to us and only played 3 games in 2013-14.
I remember we spoke about this in the 13-14 deep dive. It's what a signing that almost it's like it never happened. It's a Mandela effect type thing. Alan Johnson re-signing him, bizarre.
Aye, he wasn't the worst one,
Oh no, good player, man.
Good player, definitely. Right, next one is Livingston, Partick Thistle on loan, Partick Thistle, Ross County on loan, Ross County, Kilmarnock.
Oh, Livingston, Thistle, County, Killie. Era, modernish.
2016 they signed for us.
Oh, Scott Boyd.
Scott Boyd.
For the tattoos.
The tattoo. The world's most reliable backup centre-half.
Very true.
Wasn't he?
Good for a goal, I know, by the way.
Aye, that's right. Aye.
He's carved out a good career for himself in like football operations and stuff.
That's right. I did know that at uni and everything.
Aye.
No, I really like Scott Boyd. Not as much as you got a tattoo. Right, and the third one is, so that's £4 in. So this is Chelsea, Venezia, Kilmarnock, Serenio, Tristina, Vis Pesaro and FC Tulsa.
The Alessio, so Harvey St Clair.
Harvey St Clair, mate. Well done.
I always thought he would have been a good signing.
But it was quite exciting, wasn't it?
Aye,
Harvey St Clair.
Harvey St Clair. Aye, I'm happy with that, man.
That was pretty.
And then when the name was coming to my head, I goes, that sounds like it's potentially somebody else. Like the word got to get stung.
Right.
We remember Gowdy got in touch with a certain nickname.
Oh, aye.
And we read it out on air.
Aye, that's right.
We get stung. It was a good part for him though. So I was thinking Harvey, and I was trying to stop myself because I'm like, no wanting this guy to be front page of the paper type thing. It's got that kind of name, isn't it?
Harvey St Clair, aye, sounds like he would be on Central Pier on a Saturday night singing in Blackpool or something. But aye, Harvey St Clair. Wee fun fact about Harvey St Clair, I played against him at FIFA in Smith's Toy Superstore.
Oh, with the lunch? Aye.
Me and Taylor went down.
Did you beat him?
I can't remember now.
How would you not remember that?
Just hundreds of more important things in my life.
About the playing FIFA with Harvey St Clair. Get a life, mate.
I know, man. I'm my priorities are at other place. Right, okay, mate. We're reunited and it feels so good, but that's us done.
That's aye. But hey, we'll not be long till we're back.
Very quick turnaround, aye.
4 nights and we'll be back in these
a few short hours, and hopefully we're reviewing a win on Saturday, or at least a point. Something on the board would be lovely. But I know for a fact there's going to be plenty to talk about. That's why I'm excited about it. You know what I mean? It's a big dramatic evening ahead. So if you're able, please do get along on Saturday and support the boys the best you can. It's going to be a nice atmosphere in the Grun. Very friendly.
It'll be family club. I think we should just mix the stands and everything.
Aye, that's right. Shake hands. But no, good to see you, man.
And you.
Nice to be seen. And thanks everybody once again for supporting the podcast and listening and watching and sharing all the stuff and all that. We really appreciate you. So for the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for listening. Get along on Saturday night. It's going to be a cracker, and we'll be back as short order. Back Monday to review hopefully a win against the Jam Tarts.
Monday, Killie.
Right, thanks for listening. Everybody, see you later.